Really?
Yeah, he was in that. Like he was out of the hospital like 4 days. He was out walking. Like they said, his wife is like by his side the whole time. I was like, well, okay.
Is his face okay?
Yeah, he's another eye for some reason, but whatever. What?
He's another eye. Yeah, we figured we'd give you one of these.
Now you're a real movie star.
You got a real eye for the business.
Exactly. It's called acting. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you knew that was Jon Lovitz. Oh, you have no idea how happy that made me. Oh man.
Sweet.
Okay, we're done. I did that.
The year is 1994, and we are going to talk about Trapped in Paradise. I'm going to tell you right now, this episode's going to be a lot of me very angry at Brandan, because I know he probably really liked this movie, and I did not. So I'm guessing.
We'll find out.
Yeah. What are we drinking today, Brian?
We are drinking Pineapple Bling from Pipeworks. I like Pipeworks, though.
Are they based in Chicago or?
I believe so.
I always forget.
Hold on. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Brewed and bottled in Chicago.
Nice.
We did it.
Yes.
Represent. So white.
And actually, so this week I kind of wanted to change how we go over this movie, because like the past few weeks, if you watch the episode on YouTube, that's right, we're on YouTube
And iTunes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Audio and video.
Yes.
Ooh.
If you watch on YouTube, you would notice that my notes they were growing and growing each episode. Like I think last week, what was last week?
It could happen to you. And guarding tests.
Right. I think like I was getting up to like 5 pages of notes, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So, hey, I did a pretty good job. I mean, I had to go around a few times.
Yeah, well, you know.
This almost looks like a mimosa or champagne of some sort.
Yes.
There's that. So, I mean, I just kind of want to talk about just like certain points in the movie and stuff like that. Instead of going
plot by plot.
Yeah.
So my the first thing that I kind of want to go over. So this movie, it takes place during the Christmas season.
Yes.
Okay.
Came out. Well, you already said it came out in 1995.
Right.
Stars Nicolas Cage.
No, 94.
94.
Yes.
Yeah, 94.
It was released in December 94.
Okay. Ooh, my back just cracked. Do you have a feeling one way or another about holiday movies?
And I don't hate them or love them. It's just
I think it's like I see it as they're like there for like family tradition type stuff.
Yeah.
Like things like Christmas. They go people like Die Hard's a perfect example. People watch Die Hard around Christmas.
I've never seen Die Hard.
I didn't see it till recently.
That's okay.
Probably because I don't like Bruce Willis.
That could be. He was great in The Fifth Element.
I don't.
Little Dallas Multipass? No Fifth Element.
I never saw it.
I know.
Now I sound weird.
Well, wait. Vitas did the soundtrack.
Did he really?
Didn't he do the one opera song in that?
He might have.
I think so.
He might have.
I need to see
That's
it.
my only connection to Fifth Element is Vitas. That Russian. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
So I am not a fan of Christmas movies, and I think the only one that comes to mind, the only one that I like, only because it's so bad, is Jingle All the Way.
Okay.
Jingle All the Way.
Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
Yeah, I might have seen it. I don't remember
What?
it. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Is Sinbad?
Yeah.
I probably seen like parts of it, but not the whole thing.
Oh my God. Okay. If we ever get into the Patreon stages of this, we are going to watch Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
down.
oh my God. Yeah, he has to find a Turbo Van doll.
Right. Yeah. I know I get the plot, but I've never really like seen it all the way through.
It's pretty ridiculous.
That's
pretty awesome.
Sounds like my kind of movie then.
It's good.
Nice.
Yeah, well, and you were saying Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yes.
I don't
Part
count.
two.
I don't count. Yeah, right. I don't count horror movies so much.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say Thanksgiving.
That's a terrible movie.
It's so good.
No.
Me and a couple friends every year we watch Thanksgiving and we get Boston Market, and that's how we celebrate. And we eat Boston Market. We go once a year, and that's the only time.
Those are two things I don't like. Thanksgiving and Boston
See,
Market.
I'm not a huge fan of Boston Market. I'm not really, but my friend is. So I let him go. I let him.
Right. You're a good friend.
I am a great friend. No, Thanksgiving is great.
Right back to the crawl space too.
Yeah, because Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, fantastic. Krampus, that's a newer one. That one I really liked.
I didn't see it.
It was pretty good.
I wanted to. I just
saw it in
haven't.
theaters
Yeah.
at the iPick where you get to, eat your spare ribs and sushi while you're watching.
look at you.
You're goddamn right.
Wow.
Blanket.
I like Reese's Pieces.
Yeah. Easy there, E.T.
Yeah. And what was that movie called? It's on Netflix, like A Christmas Horror Story or whatever.
I don't think
It was one of those things where me and Chris Leach, it was like, oh man, this cover looks stupid. We're going to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up being a good movie. So it's like,
yeah.
Excuse me. So Christmas movies, not a fan of.
Any holiday movie or just Christmas?
Yeah, I
can't really think of any Thanksgiving movie, but
right.
I
Don't say Thanksgiving, I swear to God.
that's not a movie.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah, I can't think of any other like
Or 4th of July movie.
well, Independence Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't like Christmas movies. Also, I don't like Jon Lovitz.
But he was acting.
God. And here's so Nicolas Cage plays Bill Furpo.
Yeah.
Stupid last name.
It's a
okay.
Yeah.
And his brothers are Dana Carvey and Jon Lovitz.
Yes.
Dave and Alvin Furpo.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a couple scenes into the movie, and it's Jon Lovitz and Dana Carvey, they're doing their parole hearing or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So in one shot you see Dana Carvey and Jon Lovitz, and it just took all the wind out of my sails. And I'm like, oh, really? And here's the thing: when I was younger, I loved Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
I was all about Dana Carvey.
Yeah. I felt like he was actually good. Because what was that, 80s SNL? Early 90s?
Yeah,
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different humor. It's all it is. It's the I noticed when I can go back and watch old SNL. Some of it sticks great.
Right.
So it's perfect.
Right.
Because that humor is still relevant today.
Yeah.
Some of it's just not it's not relevant. The kind of sticky stuff.
Yeah. Well, I feel like is it Dana Carvey? Dana Carvey?
Dana Carvey.
I feel like with him and Dan Aykroyd. Yeah. I feel like at SNL, they're funny, but then when they went on to do their own movies later on, it's just it didn't translate.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I already, oh God. Because in SNL it was great, but then I remember however many years later, seeing Master of Disguise.
I was just going to bring it up, and why'd you get angry?
Okay. I may or may have not been really high when I saw it, but even under those circumstances, and you think it's stupid then, dude, that movie is so dumb. So dumb.
I will say I saw part of it. I think the end of it I saw for some reason.
I just like the mental picture of a stoned guy in the theater fuck this movie.
Because I remember just seeing the scene of where he's the turtle guy.
Yeah,
and he's spinning on his back, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I saw that scene of those two on the getting their parole hearing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh God damn it. So Jon Lovitz, his character, it's just an extension of his liar character from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
It's just I'm a pathological liar. And I'm like, oh. And then here's the other thing. So with Dana Carvey, he's obviously very he's a character actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which how he kept the face. The whole time, I must have been very uncomfortable.
Well, here's the thing. So that voice that he does, drove me nuts.
Yep.
And here's the thing: when he does that voice, that's a choice you have to make, and that's a choice you have to stick with.
Right. Yeah.
And I hate it. Drove me.
Yeah.
And it felt like a lot of his lines were like filler. Or just like background noise.
I'd say the beginning to like middle, it was filler background. A lot of it was mumbling too. Because he was
under his breath.
Yeah, because whenever he would get caught stealing, they'd be like, "Give it back." He'd be like, with the pants, the pants. He's like,
right.
Yeah. That's exactly.
That's making me angry all over again.
I felt like all of his lines could have been ADR.
Yeah.
And they probably were.
Oh, and the thing is, his voice super annoying, but I almost feel like in the audio mix, like he was louder than everyone else.
Yes.
So in a scene, like his voice cuts through so much.
He actually, like at the end, he finally has some lines that are relevant to the movie. You know, but when they're at the restaurant, you know, and Nick Cage is like, we're doing and then he agreed.
Oh, yeah.
That thing. So, like, that stuff.
He actually, contributed to the plot.
Right. But really, that was really about it. He really didn't do much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so
Nick Cage, he's like kind of like the straight-laced guy for the most part. I think he's a manager of a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then...
Not the waiter. Oh, no.
So, but his two brothers... Who actually could have maybe passed off as brothers, I guess. Maybe.
Carvey and Lovitz?
Yeah, the three of them.
Oh, yeah, all three of them, could have been brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
So, those two, like, obviously, like, they've kind of gone off the beaten path and, like, they've gotten some trouble. Obviously, that's why they're in jail. Mm. So they get out of jail. I forget... I forget why the good behavior.
It was overcrowding in the jails.
Yes,
so the judge is like, well, people coming up for parole will get let out early just because there's too many people.
Yes. So Nick Cage goes to pick him up from jail.
Well, and during the whole parole hearing too, like how those parole officers are just like, well, you guys were. They did nothing for their case, which was kind of stupid. So it's like, oh, okay, and then they're free.
They made themselves look worse. They're
they really did. Yeah, it was
Right.
very weird. So, sorry.
So Nicolas Cage picks him up, from jail and stuff like that, and awesome 90s reference. When they get in the car, is Nick Cage has the club.
Yeah,
if you remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Did
funny.
you know anyone who had the club?
I think my dad might have had the club.
I feel like that's still a thing sometimes in the city.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
You'll see him every now and then. Or like some kind of thing that goes over the steering wheel.
What's the point of the club?
I thought it's like so you can't
turn it.
Steer
it locks
the
steering.
wheel.
Yeah, it locks it in place.
How?
It locks it to the
Maybe you should buy a
something.
club and put it on your car just to find out.
How much? Can you find out how much clubs are going for?
The price of $19.99.
Yeah, it probably is.
So after that whole, after they're driving, I'm already tired of the Alvin voice or Dana Carvey.
So, me too. Yeah, Dana Carvey, I could really do, but Jon Lovitz, I'm like, I need more of that. I was so happy.
I was so over it.
And his jokes were just so stupid. I couldn't tell you what his jokes were, but they were just so dumb. I laughed. Have you ever you've never had heard a joke that you're just like, that wasn't even funny, but you laughed just because it was so stupid?
Like in a dad joke kind of way, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Jon Lovitz #1. So,
So I think the other thing that I wanted to kind of make a note or see if you guys picked up on. So at one point, they're at the convenience store because they want to make a stop.
Ring dings of milk.
So Nick Cage is waiting in the car while they do their shopping and whatever, and they see Dana Carvey. He's because he's a kleptomaniac.
Yeah. So he's just taking
and he's taking money in the drawer, and they're they think Nick Cage is part of it. So the cops are chasing the three of them.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage is I'm FBI or whatever.
Detective blah, blah, blah. Right, whatever,
Right. But then when he asks the rookie what his name is, did you catch what the rookie's name was?
No.
Birdie.
Oh.
I'm like,
well, there it is.
The club is $40, by the way.
40?
It comes in 2 colors, red and navy blue.
Ooh.
You can buy a navy blue one used for $20.
Yeah, I don't need my club anymore. But it just latches onto both sides of the wheel, right?
I think it locks the steering column.
Yeah, I don't know how, but
Well, you know when your car's parked and it's in park, everything's off. When you turn the
Right.
it locks.
Yes.
Well, that's when you put the club on. I never invented it. I'm just saying that's what I think happens.
Right.
but once you start the car up, the wheel releases.
I know. That's why I don't know too. I'm sure there's some scientific way.
You sure?
I'm not a scientist.
I'm not a clubologist.
yeah, there you
I'm
go.
not a clubist. So they're hanging out at some point. Like they're all the 3 brothers are hanging out like back at the apartment with the mom.
Which was she was the best.
Really?
I really thought she made the movie. Yeah.
She made the movie.
Not made it, but she was like, well, because you got Dana Carvey doing his voice. Yeah, exactly. And then like the movie, it's a long movie.
Yeah.
It's long.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Almost.
Yeah. So like when the part when she's in the car with the 2 guys and she's sick
Right.
being annoying, just that kind of stuff. It was just like it's kind of funny, like stuff like that.
At the end of the movie, she's wearing the biggest jacket. Like it's a huge fucking red jacket. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's a huge fucking jacket. But like, yeah, they're all like she was like talking about like how like she wished they had like nice things like they did when they were. But then that's where the whole like bank robbery.
Well, because the letter, Jon Lovitz has the letter from somebody from he went to jail
Vic.
with. Yeah. And
So wait, so was Vic the mom's boyfriend?
no, that was just
Vic was just an inmate
Yeah, he
at the same prison as Alvin and
they played it like he was like
But
maybe
no,
like a
he had
mob
some
boy.
sort of connection with the mom.
No, I didn't catch it.
no, they later kidnap her
Yeah,
just
they
to
kidnap
like,
her.
get back at Alvin
Yeah.
and whatever.
Because remember when like Vic finds out that Jon Lovitz and them he's told his like idea to go rob the bank.
Right.
That's when Vic gets angry and him and one of his cronies escape.
Vic Mazzucci.
Yeah. One of his cronies they escape and that's where they go right and they're holding the mom hostage.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was a connection there.
I kind of was thinking that too, but I'm like, I don't really see it. So
Yeah,
But
'cause-
I could see how you could think there'd be a connection because, well, the way they bantered back and forth, it's like they knew each other for years.
Because who was the letter supposed to be to?
The letter,
Was from Vic to-
no, Vic never wrote it.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't even think it was really Vic. I think he might have just used the name, but it was like, hey, this guy's daughter, and
Sarah.
Yeah, because he took the guy's idea.
Right.
So he wrote the letters basically saying all this
Vic,
stuff.
yeah, so Vic's the guy
well,
who
and
they
Jon
should-
Lovitz wrote the letter.
Right. Yeah. Which we come to find out at the end of the movie.
Yes. So and then what's his face? Nick Cage knew it was a scam.
Not till
Not
later,
till the
though.
end.
No, he knew. Well, remember when they were driving in the car before all of it, and Jon Lovitz, Nick Cage, and Jon Lovitz like, oh, I got this letter. It's a real heartbreaker.
Right.
And Nick Cage throws it out the window.
Oh, right.
And he's like, I know, I'm not playing
And then
any party.
he-
And then he's like, oh, I got another one because I knew. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Yeah.
no,
So-
go ahead.
But
It's the mom that didn't know, from what I understand.
So, I mean, we know Jon Lovitz wrote the note, but it was supposedly from Vic to
That's what I'm
Who?
saying.
To him.
to who?
John Lovitz.
Why would Vic write a letter to Jon Lovitz?
I don't-
That's why I think Vic wrote the letter to the mom. I feel like
Then why would John have it after he came out of prison?
I don't know.
Because Vic was in prison.
Right. That's why I think John wrote it and just used Vic's
So
name.
well, here we should describe. So like so supposedly
Yeah.
Vic wrote this letter about like this like great little town
Right.
called Paradise in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
where his daughter Sarah works at
the
a bank.
and and in the letter, like I think John Lovitz just used the story and made up the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's
I
why
thought they said that.
and because for not remember, it was just so the letter got sent to him. That's what he said. This letter was sent to me while I was in prison. Something like that. Yeah. And he just used the names of them.
And so the reason that this bank is so appealing, the reason the bank is so appealing is because it's in a small town. Right. The only guard is like the super old guy that's asleep the whole time. There's no cameras. And then like once a year, like they have like
Winterfest or whatever. it's called.
during Winterfest they have $275,000 for like the Christmas club account, like that whole thing. I really don't understand.
The savings
it's a
club
little savings club. Like, well, they're trying to portray it as a small town where everyone knows everybody, and the guy that owns the bank just wants the best for everyone. Yeah. That's what they're trying to do. So,
so they decide to go to Paradise, Pennsylvania.
They're originally from where? New York?
Yeah.
Or Philadelphia?
I think it was New York.
New York. Yeah. That's when they were getting away. They're like, oh, we're in Jersey now, Ma.
Right. So when they get there, they're driving and they almost hit this guy on a horse.
Yeah.
Timmy,
the deputy.
Who is a very terribly overacted handicapped person.
Yes.
Like it's like sorry. I'm like, boy.
And the dad's like, oh, he's mentally handicapped or whatever he said.
Right.
And then the other guy's like, oh, I thought he was diabetic. I'm like, oh, you're gonna compare?
Was that Clovis? Was that his name?
Oh, the guy in the hardware shop?
Oh yeah, he was in the hardware shop.
Yeah, because there was that other side plot.
There were so many different things going on.
Right.
I feel like if anyone acted weird in this movie, the excuse is like, oh, he's just retarded.
Right.
Yes.
Get that fly out of here. Because didn't they say that about Dana Carvey at one point? They're like, oh, he's just retarded.
Right. And I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah. That's what I have written there too. I'm like Brian has to hate Dana Carvey. I wrote it down because there's
everyone hates Dana Carvey in this movie. At least.
It's just that voice. Good God.
The cereal scene. When they're finally in there and he opens up the box of Captain Crunch.
Oh my God.
What? That was not needed. It was like 5 minutes of just stupid, not needed.
Right.
Oh God. So Dana Carvey, he takes a box of Captain Crunch off the shelf. He's looking around and he's acting like he's not doing anything, but he opens up the box of Captain Crunch very slowly and just wants the prize.
Right.
So he's dumping it out and he dumps Captain Crunch all over and he's trying to sneak away and he keeps on stepping on the Captain Crunch. It's just so dumb.
Man, I haven't had Captain Crunch in forever.
Yeah, I just had that same thought.
Yeah, me either. I'm not really a huge fan of it.
Really?
Well, I like that. It's a great taste. It just cuts inside of my mouth.
It's been lies.
Does it still do that even if you let it soak for a little bit?
That's what I always did.
And I was always just like, food.
Plus, peanut butter crunch or the Oops All Berries is the way to go.
I've never had either.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if I've had either.
Weird.
I don't know what happened. Where am I?
You must be retarded. So what? So they go to that bank and that's where they find out. Yeah, like, oh my God, this is the ultimate bust.
Yeah.
And then that's where they meet Sarah.
Yes.
And
because they go to the bank and they see a Sarah, but like she has a different last name or something.
Right.
Sarah Collins. It's really Mizuchi or whatever.
So then they leave the bank. Yeah, because then there's that whole scene where Dana Carvey steals the pens, and I'm just like, God,
that wasn't needed either.
Pens for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, the pens are on, Sarah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
then she gets.
So Nikki's like, oh, if I had a gun, we'd rob that bank right now.
Right.
But like, he makes the switch to like bad guy real quick.
Well, because remember at the beginning, he's like, oh, when he found the wallet. Which remember? So
that's right. Yeah.
A guy just is just showing New York City, and a wallet falls. The guy drops a wallet, and it gets kicked around. Like it's the way it happened was just ridiculous. It kicks everywhere, and it goes down subway steps. And for some reason, Nick Cage is right there when it falls, basically in his hand.
Right.
And then he opens it up, and he's just like, "Oh, $800." Then he goes and talks, and then he doesn't know what to do. And then it comes that he did give it back, but he got tempted, and then he goes to confession. Yeah, and then that's when he finds out his brothers are getting on it.
Right. So. They borrowed, so the car that they used to get there, they borrowed from a guy who owns a gun shop. So the trunk is full of guns.
Yeah.
In a very neat way.
Yeah.
Like it's got like the
custom.
foam.
It's custom made full of these guns.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
So then Yeah, so it's actually that scene with the Captain Crunch where they get the ski masks and all that stuff, and then
the sunglasses.
the Geordie from Star Trek sunglasses.
Yes.
So they go in there, and the bank owner's wife is there, and he's like, yeah, they tell everyone to put their hands up.
There's a lot of shtick.
Right. Oh, yeah. Dude, this whole movie has so much shtick and like slapstick stuff.
Yeah.
Not as much whimsy music as I thought there would be.
No.
There's a little bit.
Yeah, a
but
little
not as
bit.
much as I
Yeah.
thought.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, for being a comedy made in the 90s, I was like, this is going to be nothing but whimsy music.
But the music, like, it was... like you said, the 90s, a Christmas movie in the 90s, it started off just Home Alone the same way. All that very Christmassy music in the beginning. But the music actually wasn't bad. I thought every time they did some music, it actually fit with what was going on in the movie.
Yeah.
So the soundtrack kind of kept up with so I thought that was a good part of it.
So when they're in the bank, they're like, who's got the key? And that's when the line is, when the bank owner's wife, she's like, what do you want? He's like, key? Or how does he say it? He's like,
I thought it was like key.
I remember that.
The way he said it cracked me up.
Yeah.
So the wife, she's just like, oh, well, the bank owner, I forget his name. Fuck.
I don't know.
Whatever. He's like, oh, he's having lunch now.
Yeah.
He won't be back for 45 minutes. And Jon Lovitz like, we can wait 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we can't wait that long. So then Nick Cage and the wife go across the street to the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then he holds up the whole restaurant and then makes the whole restaurant and go across the street.
Yeah.
But then the whole time, Jon Lovitz is doing this yoga thing.
Yeah. It was just filler.
For the
movie. That's all it was.
I was over it super quick. He's and breathe in and breathe out. I learned this in prison. And I'm like, oh, I fucking hate this.
I was like, yeah, okay.
So and that's the thing. It's like, so in general, I don't mind Jon Lovitz, and actually didn't mind him in this movie, but 100% agree, so much filler.
Right.
A lot of the stuff just wasn't needed in the movie at all.
They end up getting the money from the vault.
Yeah.
Set off the alarm in the process.
Right.
Yeah,
on the way out.
Yeah, because he checks for the lasers. He sees them, but then he doesn't realize that the bag went through it. Oh!
There was an eagle, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, so then, they're driving away and stuff like that. And then, as the cops are chasing them, this is what else gets me. When the cops are chasing them, there's no cheat in the tires. Anyways,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Good god, they brought that up a lot.
Yeah. or the I don't know how you do your job, and you don't tell me to do my job. Yeah.
Oh. So the more we talk about, the more I hate this movie.
They drive their car off a bridge and it lands upside down.
Yes.
No, it lands on the front, very the grill of the car goes this, and then lands on the roof.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Nick Cage is the first one to go out, and he just goes, oh.
Yeah.
Right. Oh. And that's it.
Yeah,
no cuts, no bruises,
all three of them walk away from the accident. I'm like,
and then not even a minute later, someone pulls up and is like, "Oh, you guys okay?" Right. And I'm like, did this guy not see the chase that just happened?
Right.
The guy was right there.
I feel like that happens a couple times in the movie where they'll get away, but then the cops forget where they are.
Oh yeah.
It happens again later in the movie where the cops just like, oh, we lost them.
Yeah. Well, they made the cops real dummies in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
The guy who sees him from the crash scene, he's like, oh, I'll take you back and get you guys warmed up, change the clothes, and he takes him back. And it turns out to be the bank owner's house.
Yeah. So they're like, oh my god, we just robbed this guy, and this is the guy. Where that's when Nick Cage starts feeling a little weird about it, but not Dana or Jon. Yeah.
Right. Well, and then also we should mention, so when Nick Cage gets to the bank, he is falling for Sarah.
Oh yeah.
What? That's kind of jumping ahead, but I feel like throughout this movie, they're supposed to be like, oh, Nick Cage and Sarah, like, oh, will they, won't they? You know,
Right.
They're meant for each other. But it's like, did they actually have chemistry together? Like, there's scenes where they are talking together, but at no point was like, oh, they're gonna end up together.
Right.
Their chemistry was they'll stare at each other and no one will talk for 5 seconons.
Right.
That was the chemistry. Yeah. It's like, I like you. Well, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, when they go back, and then this is where we find out Sarah from the bank lives upstairs.
Yeah.
Of the I don't know why I said it like that. Lives upstairs. Lives upstairs of the house.
Yeah.
So like Nick Cage and Sarah, they're having this small talk, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's been a pretty rough day. You know, it's been really hard. There's a 3-legged dog staring at me."
That was great. And there's a 3-legged dog staring at me.
Yeah, he just says it very nonchalant.
Yeah.
It's one of the few times that I chuckled in this movie.
That was good.
The dog's name was Tripod,
Yeah.
which also, if you watch the credits, Tripod plays himself.
Oh, well, look at that. Man.
So yeah, that's
Nice.
If I don't have it written down, but I think if I remember correctly, the whole reason why they put that scene in there is because the director saw a 3-legged dog. He's like, that's awesome. He's going to be in the movie. So
That's great. You know what this reminded me of? It reminded me like it was directed by John Hughes.
Was it?
Oh,
No, but it seems like it seems like a Home Alone-ish type. That's I get like you don't get that vibe from it.
It seems way too garbage compared to like
No, I'm not saying the quality of his films. I'm saying how how the film there's wacky antics like Home Alone. There's wacky antics in Home Alone. Maybe I'll just compare like the Home Alone, not really his other movies, more of just how Home Alone is, just because they're both Christmas movies. So that's where I get that comparison from.
Directed by George Gallo. I'm gonna see if he's done anything else. Well, actually, it was.
I'm sure he's done plenty.
Directed by, produced by, written by George Gallo. And best known for writing Midnight Run and 29th Street.
Haven't seen either of those.
Yeah, solid.
So at some point when they're at the house, the kid is watching the TV.
Yeah.
I think they only showed that kid once, actually, now that I think about it. They find out that Vic Mazzucci and his buddy escaped from prison.
Yeah.
Because they found out that the 3 brothers did the bank heist that he wanted to do.
Yeah. Vic finds out about it, and so he breaks out with his crony.
So then Jon Lovitz calls home to get a hold of the mom to tell her to get out of there. But I think the dad was, so Vic's already there.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to get you.
But John's still playing it off like he's talking to his mom because Nick Cage wants to.
Yeah. And so Nick Cage is like, I want to talk to her. But then Jon Lovitz hangs up the phone. And he's like, oh, did you want to talk to her? And Nick Cage is like, yes.
I like how Jon Lovitz's like, I love you. And then it's like, Vic's like, hey, the guy's like, oh, what do you say, Vic? He's like, you said he loved me. Which they made Vic and the other guy super like,
So and then it's at the dinner table. Yeah, that's where they find out about the whole Christmas club thing.
Yeah.
So people
they're starting to learn about how great the town is and what they all care for each other and all
your
the
laptop is hot, dude.
bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Be like a scorch mark on the table. That'd be awesome. And this is when, so they find out about it, but then also what's her face is like, oh, the South Road out of town is open. The buses are going.
Right.
So they're like, oh, we're getting out of here.
Right.
Type thing.
Yes. And they keep doing that whole the guys from the general store. They're doing a side plot with them.
Let's not even get into it.
Yeah.
Let's not even.
Yeah.
Okay. It gets too messy.
I wonder if you took out that whole plot, how long this movie would be.
That's like a half an hour, I'd say.
Yeah.
Easy extra half hour.
Yeah, I wonder if that would
plot.
make it about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And the pace would be way better.
Yeah. I really do think that was what ruins the pace. Those two guys.
Yeah.
So you'll have to watch it for yourself.
There's the whole thing where they steal the horse and sleigh.
Oh my God, I could have done without that.
The Steelers sleigh. This is
There's so much sleds.
Yes. And this is where I'm just like,
how's it going? Whoa! whoa. Yeah, he kept using that joke.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
it's too long. This movie.
my
This I'm
God.
just like this movie's too long.
it shouldn't have been 2 hours.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And then like later on, and like the horse almost drowns in ice, and I would have been really bummed out if the horse died. But the horse didn't die. So
So they're on the sleigh, getting away, and this is when Vic is starting to come down because they know where they are because they find out that the bank was robbed there. So
Wait,
they're like
who's they?
Vic and his crony. They know it's been robbed and everything.
right.
So they're like, you know what? We're going down there. So they grab the 3 guys, mom, and they go down
right
to
paradise.
to go get the money, basically.
So it's
Why did they take the mom? Was it just
Hostage.
To be, was it just to be like, hey, you give us the money,
Yeah.
we'll give you your mom? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's at the diner where they find out the whole thing, where Nick Cage finds out the whole thing was a setup.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
Jon Lovitz wrote.
Yeah.
And that's where Dana Carvey has his one like good line of dialogue.
Yeah. Because I almost, from that part, it almost seemed like Dana was playing like stupid. Like he wanted people to think he was a little off.
Yeah, I don't know what
But
was
I don't
happening.
know. Because he does either did a great job doing that or just did a really bad job of everything.
Now, when he's leaving the diner and he catches the ride with Vic and his buddy, his jacket is fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it. And the guy made fun of it. He's like, oh, what's that? Yeah.
What couch did you kill?
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Which I
like,
thought was a pretty good insult.
yeah. I'm like, that's a great jacket.
Yeah,
Like, I'd love to have that jacket.
But then, and then when Nick Cage is riding with it, he kind of there isn't really any Nick Cage like freakouts in this movie, but there's definitely
not
like
really.
when like he occasionally gets turned up to 11 really quick.
There's no like single freak out scene. It's just like it'll just be like a random word or a random like sentence that's just like
Right. Yeah. So like when he's riding with them, he's like, it's just like, humans are great. Isn't life great?
I have that written down too.
But then the other, I feel like so.
But Nicolas Cage flips the table.
at the diner, and while they're in the car, like Nick Cage and the two, he hears the knocking. You hear the
Oh yeah.
and he's like, "What's that knocking?"
Yeah,
and
so
they're
Nick
both
Cage-
like, "I don't hear anything."
So Nick Cage is in the car with Vic and his crony.
Yeah.
And
The mom's in the
Nick
trunk.
Cage doesn't know that his mom is in the trunk.
Right.
So he's like, "Oh, what's that knocking noise?" He's like, "I don't." And Vic's like, "I don't hear nothing." His mom's like, "I don't hear nothing."
Yeah.
So
He's like, "Oh, there it is again." He's like, "Oh, we've been hearing that the whole time." And I'm like, "That's solid shtick right there."
Who was the FBI following when they were when
I could have done without the FBI too.
right.
Yeah.
Right. But when they make the duh joke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because the
Dog 171 license plate. It's like, that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's like,
They're like, what's your license? Duh.
it's it's inappropriate. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but then the one other kind of scene that made me chuckle. So Nick Cage decides he wants to give back the money, and he drops off to the pastor at the church.
Yeah. They try.
I'm sorry, am I boring you?
Very much. They try to go back to the bank to drop it in the vault.
Right.
But it's locked.
Yeah.
There's bars. They can get to it, so they decide to go to the church, and they just leave in front of the door with a note, be like, "Oh, here's everyone's money, the 3 wise men."
So then they go back to the bank owner's place, and that's where they find out Vic is holding up the family.
Yeah.
So then there's kind of this big standoff with Timmy, the retarded cop, the 3 brothers, Vic, his crony, the mom. Everyone's there.
A lot. It seems like whenever there's a thing, everyone's got to be there.
Right.
That seemed to seem busy.
It really
Right.
did.
It's just
It really-
a lot.
Because then Timmy saves the retarded.
He saves the day.
Yeah.
He shoots fake, and then once the FBI is outside,
Right.
and once they hear the gunshot,
they surround the place.
Right.
and then
they throw smoke.
10 canisters, and they got the
So was
masks
it
on.
smoke grenade or tear gas?
I think it was smoke.
I think it was smoke grenade.
because they don't want.
But the one funny thing is, so after they throw in the smoke grenade and all that stuff and they raid the house, Tripod comes walking around.
Yeah.
And they're like, we didn't do that, did we? I'm like, okay,
I'll write that down.
and then
Well, after this, so they got Vic. Vic is shot by Timmy. So Vic shot. They take Vic and the crony away, and now all three of them, Cage, Lovitz, and Carvey, they're in the police station, and the whole town's in there with them with the FBI.
Right.
The whole town. And so the FBI, and then FBI was like, I know the one head FBI guy. I know you guys did it. I know we blah blah. And then the wife of the bank, she's like, yes. Can you ID? And she's just like,
well, they had ski masks.
And then Carvey's just like, because earlier the FBI, they have ski masks. They have the ski masks that was used, but Carvey, because he's a kleptomaniac, pulls out 3 ski masks.
3 ski masks?
Yeah. Did that take like 5 minutes?
It took a long time.
Yeah, just to pull 3 ski masks. Oh, it was, that part kind of got on me.
So like the whole town kind of sticks up for him.
Sticks up for him, because they did say that Cage and like I think Cage said it, but all three were just like, we love this town. We feel bad. We want to do what's right. And they said it to the manager. So that's why the town.
Like throughout the movie, like the townspeople are like reaching out to like help him. Like when they land in the river for some reason.
Carvey was in the river. They rescued him. Where the guy's like,
oh my god, when he's in there,
and the guy's like.
Oh my god! Even when he's yelling, oh Jesus!
So they save him. They bring him in. The guy gives him CPR. He wakes up, and the guy's like, "Go get soup and brandy." And the lady's like, "She's like, the soup in the brandy, or like brandy in the soup?"
Right.
And the guy's like, "No, separate." And she's like, "Oh,
No, because then he does the joke of like, "No, the brandy's for me. The soup's for you."
Yeah. It's like, holy shit. So then the mom and the 2 brothers, they decide to go back to New York, but then Nicolas Cage decides to stay there in paradise with Sarah.
Yeah.
That's the end of the movie, pretty much.
When was the part where Dana Carvey stole that guy's hat?
On the bus.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Really?
Well, just because it was like, it's something I would have done. Back like when I was younger, and he got away with it pretty well. It was just funny.
Right.
It was funny.
Oh.
That's the ticket.
Yeah. See, I like the critic.
Yeah. Well, that's him though. The critic really is Jon Lovitz. You just don't think he wrote it.
Well,
which I don't think he wrote.
No, it was like I think it was a lot of the Simpsons writers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he had input, but I think I do agree.
Yeah. Brand. Would you recommend this movie?
Okay. I do recommend it, but I don't. I recommend it. I think it is. I do agree. It's too long, but I do think it's like it's just a nice movie to watch. Like I know you guys aren't big on the Christmas thing, but I think it's a Christmas movie. Like if for people that like want to start a tradition or do something once a year. It's a Christmas tradition movie, and you could rip on it the whole time too. Yeah, it's not a movie you have to like.
Yeah,
right. But it's something. It's a tradition movie like that. Just like people watch Die Hard at Christmas, or watch Thanksgiving at Thanksgiving.
No one does that.
I do it for like the past 3 or 4 years. So there it is,
Chris.
Would I recommend this? No. I think Dana Carvey single-handedly ruined this movie.
Oh, wow.
So like I said, I don't mind Jon Lovitz.
Right.
He was
but it's second best part.
Yeah. But just this movie's too long. Dana Carvey is too annoying.
Right.
So that's a strong pass from me.
I'm gonna pass.
Yeah.
It's just so
I had a feeling I was gonna be the only one.
But that's I like Jon Lovitz, but just like I said, Dana Carvey, it just
even though he didn't have a lot, he seemed to overshadow the other two, Cage and Lovitz.
It's almost like
you thought about him more.
Yeah,
it's almost like Dana Carvey's doing his Paul McCartney impression, but dopier, I guess maybe.
So in terms of trivia, Dana Carvey loosely based his character's speaking style on a young Mickey Rourke.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have that on hand up here. What he sounds like, but
and before we get to any other stuff that you have, do you recommend the beer?
Oh yeah.
Easy Kool-Aid. What would you rate it on Untapped?
Untapped, I'd give it a 3.75.
Ooh, you read my mind.
Yeah.
I agree.
Really? Oh, see, I'm not a fan. I thought there'd be
Really?
more pineapple.
I did think there would be. I was hoping there'd be
Yeah.
more pineapple, but I do think it was solid. I think you don't really taste the pineapple too much, but there's a hint of like fruitiness behind it. I liked it.
Yeah, but it's not even like a sweet. It's not like the sweetness from the fruit. It's almost like the tartness.
Right.
Yeah, see, I like that.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That might be like a 2.25 for me.
Oh boy! Wow.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Do you have any other?
So the IMDb keywords from this, that's actually pretty spot on. Christmas, as you say, good Christmas movie. Bank robbery, heist, small town, and the best one yet, yelling.
Oh yeah.
There really isn't. I mean, is there really a lot of yelling though?
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage, a lot of his is yelling.
Yeah.
Vic does a lot of yelling.
And the whole like bank robbery scene, they're
Yeah,
yelling.
there's
a lot.
yelling. Tripod doesn't stop yelling.
Apparently, while making this movie, none of the cast was happy with the director. In interviews, Jon Lovitz has claimed that
I was acting
oh boy,
all night.
the cast hated making the movie so much that they took to calling it "trapped in bullshit."
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Also, according to Jon Lovitz, director George Gallo did not actually direct much and told the cast to do whatever they wanted. So Nick Cage actually directed a lot of the movie because Gallo refused to give direction.
Interesting.
Wow.
So yeah, sounds like a fun set to work on.
Well, I mean, now hearing that, the movie, like, if you thought the guy directed it, and like tried to do his best, and this is what he came up with, you're like, oh, well, you should. I mean, it wasn't that great. But for somebody that it's for like no effort going into this, it surprisingly wasn't that bad. For really no effort. Yeah, please.
When I read that, I was like, "Oh, the cinematography is pretty good for not having much of a director."
Well,
It's
yeah,
like
that's-
that. It's like it's very well made.
Yes,
I'll say that.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It's a well made. Like I said, the soundtrack I thought was good. At like each song like hit with what was going on in the movie. There wasn't just like random music for no reason for things.
Right.
I couldn't find a budget anywhere for this, but it made $6 million in the U.S.
Doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, I don't see it having a huge budget though, because there's no like special effects or anything.
Well, I mean, Jon Lovitz is in the movie, so
Yeah, I said there are 3 huge stars.
Right. What's the tagline?
The Firpo brothers can get away with anything. They just can't get away.
I hate
it's true. It's true.
I hate it. I hate it.
The Cretaceous period. Remember from during the parole talking about the pterodactyls?
Oh my god. So dumb.
Ooh, my back just cracked.
Oh, nice.
Do you have a tagline?
I don't know because there was just so much going on. Even though I recommend it, there's a lot. Like we skipped. How much plot did we skip?
A bit.
There's just a lot going on.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rightfully so. Yeah. Trapped in Paradise.
To me, like the only thing that comes to mind is like the Firpo brothers can get away with anything. Dana Carvey can't.
Trapped in Paradise. At least you'll like Tripod.
Come for Nick Cage, stay for the dog.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which I think is what we used, something similar for the one with Rommel. What was the name of that one?
Oh yeah.
Amos and Andy.
yeah. Amos and Andrew.
Yeah.
What does this break into any of our top 3 Nick Cage movies?
no.
Okay, yeah. I didn't
So I think we're all still the same. So
Right.
So yeah, I'd still say mine are Firebirds, Vampire's Kiss.
I can't remember my third one.
I know.
Because I don't know, Firebirds is awesome.
Firebirds is one
Vampire's
of mine.
Kiss is like that's
my
when Nick
other.
Cage is at his most nutty.
Oh, Valley Girl was my third, I believe.
Yeah.
So this has not taken over.
Right. This one doesn't break the top 3 for any of us.
No. Does not break my top 3.
Did I say Amos and Andrew for my third?
That was one of mine.
Yeah.
I forget what the order was.
Yeah.
And you still like Birdie, right?
No.
No, not Birdie. The rowing one. Boy in Blue.
Yeah, Boy in Blue.
Yeah.
And then Deadfall was one of them for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely not this movie, though.
No.
Not at all.
All right. Next week will be Trapped in Las Vegas.
Yes. And also leaving Las Vegas.
No. Yeah, that's right.
Trapped in all the cities.
Right. Leaving Las Vegas. Not to be confused with
Honeymoon.
Honeymoon.
Honeymoon in Vegas. Yes. This time they're leaving it.
Leaving Las Vegas. And that'll be in 1995. So that'll do it for this week. We all gotta pee.
All gotta be.
Hey, this is Brian.
Chris.
Brandon.
If you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit it. You will see us. You will like us. You will listen. You will watch.
This got really aggressive. And we hope to see you then. Bye-bye.